Hey everyone, it's Kong again, and I've got another challenge clear video for you today. This time it's, I think, challenge 4, which is another Aniki Wars. Challenge 3 I have been working on, and I'm not able to make it work really nicely with my team. So, putting the old Lobster King on the back burner for now. To go back to our old faves, the Anikis. So I brought my usual team. Landius doesn't do a whole lot in this battle, to be honest, because most of the threatening characters are Lancers. But I brought him in the event that I need to split my characters up across the map and need 2 tanks. So Ledin's going to do the bulk of the tanking here. I'm just getting set up this turn because I know they're going to move forward, and Vargas is going to be guarding this infantry, so there's not much point in me trying to take him out with Leon, for example. However, Vargas's guard has one fundamental weakness, which is that it's only physical damage. So Yulia is going to be my all-star here. She's able to move in and discipline this infantry guy. So delete him. And then just because I'm extra mean, I'm going to act again Yulia. And see if she can't do the same to this archer. She should. Godly Menace hits pretty hard. Okay, good. So we're back down to just Vargas. So we're just going to guard up. Elwin does some pretty good work in this battle too, I think. And get Landius out of the way. Now, so the gimmick for this battle, I guess if you can call it a gimmick, it's pretty straightforward, is really just that when Vargas reaches certain hit point thresholds, he summons more Anikis. So we had those first 2. The next wave is, I believe, when he loses all his troops. Then he'll summon 3 more Anikis. And then after that, when he gets down to around half of his hit points, then he'll summon the final batch, which is 5 Anikis at the same time. And the reason why this gets progressively more difficult is because they all have skills that do more damage based on how many Anikis are on the field at that time. So you really want to take out the Anikis, you know, as soon as you can. And this is kind of complicated a little bit by the fact that there are a couple guarders, like the Lance Aniki will guard with barbs, and Vargas is of course guarding as well. So I'm kind of being careful not to take off more hit points or more health than I intend from Vargas, because I want to make sure that I can get set up before triggering the next wave of Anikis. So for example, I know when Ledin ends his turn, he's not going to have Divine Guard up anymore. And the other thing that I like, the other cooldown that I like to try to manage is the Elwin's faction buff. So he's going to have that up next turn. Everyone healed up. Again, just keeping Landius out of the way here, because he's more of a liability at this point. I don't want Vargas to go after him, because he has that on-type weapon advantage over him. So... okay, so Ledin's damage on the counter there tripped the trigger to summon the next 3 Anikis. So this is perfect timing, because now it's the start of our turn. None of the Anikis have had a chance to attack yet. So Vargas will be guarding physical attacks on all 3 of these because he's standing adjacent to them. Fortunately, we have the old Yulia trick up our sleeves. And the other thing we want to do to get rid of this guy, because he's currently guarding passively at least, on Vargas. Yeah, I think first I'll do this. I'm going to get the buff back up. Get my guard back up. Make sure that Leon is safe, since he can't really do anything yet. Then we'll get Elwin back into the action. And he should be able to take out this Lancer Aniki by attacking Vargas. It was a trap. The Aniki was my intended victim all along. And he fell for it. So I'm just moving Landius over one space and buffing up. He's inside the range of this flyer, but outside of Vargas's range. It didn't matter anyway. I thought it would have been okay to me if Landius actually started doing something by putting a little damage on this flying Aniki, but he wanted Liana. I should have known. So Yulia should be able to finish off this flyer again using the old magic damage loophole. So we'll just heal up the group. We'll get Yulia down here. I'm pretty sure her normal attacks, yeah, her normal attacks count as magical attacks, so Vargas has no interest in them. Okay. So now once he gets down around half, that's when it's going to trigger the last wave of Anikis. A little while to go. So we're just going to safely put a little bit of damage on him to get him ready, and then we'll try to do what we did last time, which is just get set up. So let our buffs cool back down, and then put them up before we trigger that last wave of Anikis. And ideally we'll do exactly what we did last time, where we will bait Vargas into attacking Ledin, or someone, and triggering the Anikis at the end of his turn so that we can start a turn fresh against them. Okay, so Vargas did his AoE anyway, so I didn't need to double check my Ledin's guard there. I was just being a little bit extra careful before I moved Landius in. So I know I could have shot him with Yulia there, but I don't really want to trigger the Anikis yet, so I'm just getting into position, getting healed up, and getting ready for buffs. Oh, and that was Slavi. Of course he wants to attack Yulia, and Landius is the one who took the hit instead of Ledin. Fortunately, it didn't matter. I mean, Landius has Indomitable anyway, so it wouldn't have killed him, but we'll get him out of the way. So we'll get our guard back up. We'll get our faction buff back up. And we'll heal Landius back up, so that little blooper never happened. And now here we go. He's attacking into Ledin. That should trigger the Anikis, and then my turn should start. Oh. Okay, so the Anikis are going to take their turn this time. I'm not sure what was different between this wave and last wave. Huh. Okay. Fortunately, we're getting some Blood Shield procs here. Keeping Ledin alive. And he's just going to guard, and that should... Oh, and he's going to heal. Okay, that's perfect. I don't mind a little bit of healing if it keeps my team alive. So... now we'll get things started as though it was the beginning of my turn and these Anikis just popped in. So I'm just looking at who's guarding who. This Lancer Aniki is guarding Vargas on the flyer. The other three are completely unguarded. So I think what I'd like to do, since Leon is the one who has the reach, I'd like to come up here and try to take out this archer. So finally get some good use out of Leon. Have to use him whenever we can when people aren't being guarded by those lancers, since that's all he's here for, really. Okay, so we took it out, that's great. Now I want to get in a position where Yulia is healthy enough, or Elwin is healthy enough to take out that lancer. So I'll see if I can... Oh, that was sloppy. I was hoping that Ledin could survive that, and then heal up with his ability, but unfortunately he croaked. So we'll use Landius instead. See, this is where that backup tank comes in handy, although I don't think I'm going to need him, to be honest. I'm going to... not sure if she'll survive that. I'd love to heal her up first before moving her in. How can I position... Oh, I can just take out the Lancer Aniki first, using the same trap as last time. Pretend to attack Vargas. Lancer jumps in front of the attack. And Elwin is still in perfect shape. So now... I guess I can try a ranged attack. Oh, that was actually really close. That was dangerous. Because that would have killed Yulia. So I got lucky a couple times in this battle, actually. So we'll act again her. And I'm not worried about this almost dead demon Aniki now, so she might as well come down and unleash the old godly menace on this flyer just to get him out of my hair. So it doesn't really matter who Vargas attacks here, and he's just going to put up his guard anyway, so perfect. Free turn here for me. This guy's so hurt that he can't really do anything. He's going to slightly heal himself up, but we have more than enough tools in the toolbox to finish him off. We'll get some more use out of Leon. And then we'll just go tuck him away in the corner somewhere, since he's not doing anything for the rest of this fight. So, once this last wave of Anikis is defeated, it's really just a matter of continuing to chip away at Vargas. So hopefully you haven't lost any of the units that are your prime Vargas hitters. So for me, Ledin was really just tanking hits. Elwin and Yulia are going to do all the heavy lifting now, and they don't need a tank. Vargas can't really do too much damage to them. As long as Yulia is healthy, that is. With his power stab, he's probably able to kill her, but as long as she's healthy, she can use her revives. So actually, we're going to see it in action right here. Oh yeah, and he killed her no problem. So she'll come back. And like I said, as long as she's over her hit point threshold, then she can eat a couple more of those, and I don't think Vargas really has that much time left. So Elwin is going to finish off Vargas's first life. But of course he's a superhuman. Now the annoying thing about superhuman bravery on a boss Vargas is that it brings back like 30,000 Cyclops. So fortunately Yulia took care of those. Our horses are just gonna run around. I went over here and just guarded next to Liana in case Vargas wanted to swing around and attack her. Again, because I know Landius can revive once, but Vargas opted for his AoE attack instead. So this should be it for Varg. We've got a faction buff ready, so we might as well use it. We've got a ranged attack ready, so Yulia can attack with impunity. And then I have Act again with Liana, so I can choose if I want Yulia or Elwin to deal the killing blow. I'm going to go with Elwin just because it's a little bit more thematically appropriate. Regular attack. And that's it for this challenge. So I'm not sure if there was much there that was really complicated, other than seeing the systematic way of taking out the Anikis and looking for really paying attention to who's guarding who and your type matchups. So I hope this video was helpful in some way, and I hope you're continuing to enjoy the Fireworks Festival and all the sweet rewards that we're getting. I am definitely exchanging many loots. Have a good rest of the festival, and catch you in the next video. Happy Langrissing.